Yo, 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 it's your host, Toney Boy, and we're here with episode 3 with my man, Kool Taj the Great.
Getting in rapper mode. Word up, salute. What's good?
Salute,
what's
man.
Good,
How you
baby?
doing, man?
Salute,
Yo,
I'm
thanks
good.
for coming.
Yes,
Thanks for coming, man.
Yes, sir.
I know
Thanks for having me.
you probably the most requested artist that people wanted to, hear speak. So
All right, that's what's up.
I'm glad to have you here.
That's what's up.
So we're gonna start off, with just the vanilla questions, man.
Right.
Kool Taj the Great. How'd you come up with the name?
Man, back in the day, I just told this story too. It's crazy, right? And it's another side of that just came up, right? So Kool Taj the Great. I went by Taj Mahal. You know what I'm saying? Because I just told this story back in the about to tell my age too. So back in the late '80s or in the '80s, Taj wasn't as popular as it is now.
Right.
So I had difficulties in school, teachers trying to pronounce it, people trying to pronounce Taj. So I would also, as I got older, I would just say Taj Mahal. They more of
Yeah, so they familiar.
Yeah,
with
right. So that's what I was going with. However, though, for whatever reason, personality-wise, or just me being cool with everybody, didn't have no neighborhood restrictions. I can go anywhere I want.
Okay.
What up? I was cool with everybody.
Yeah.
And then the streets labeled me Kool Taj. And, as time went on, I threw on the great because I just believe I'm great at what I do. You know what I mean? So, but on the other side of that, I recently heard that, through the grapevine, snakes hiss behind the back. Man, that name old school. That's old school. Well, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong.
So let me just answer the question. I'm old school. I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? So I got an old school name, old school soul, and I'm good in my skin. So that's what it is.
Word up. So boom, Kool Taj the Great. How did you get into hip hop from getting the name and the moniker?
Way before I was just little 9-year-old Taj when I got into hip hop. I was fortunate enough. I'm from Buffalo, New York. Fortunate enough to I didn't know the luxury I had at the time. So 9 years old. 84. Living in Buffalo. Hip hop is emerging. Break dance, and we starting to see it getting the remnants from the city. You know what I mean? Right. Us being Buffalo's second largest city in New York State. My grandmother lived in New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey. Okay. Next door to her was a family, and it was a cat named Reese. He was probably like 19 at the time. 10 years older than me. I'm 19. Yeah. Turntables, cutting and scratching. I'm shy. You know what I'm saying? So my mother takes me over there and, tells Reese, like, yo, Taj likes hip-hop. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, first time I ever seen cutting and scratching live and direct in front of me. He cutting up Atomic Dog.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
Yeah,
blew my mind.
Right
I'm sitting there, yeah. So the other part of that luxury is my mother going to shop over in New York City. Okay, that was something natural. That was way before I was even born. She was been doing it. Her and my father, Yeah. So, of course, me holding her hand, we in New York City, I get to see it up close. The breakdancing in the subways, the graffiti on the trains. Then my grandfather let me hold his, use his radio. So I got a BLS, Red Alert on BLS. Oh, wow. Magic on BLS, Red Alert on KISS. So I'm getting all of it, getting the fashion. And so I come back to Buffalo, not realizing that Buffalo was a little bit like 2-3 months behind. So as I got older, I started realizing like, oh, I'm on to something.
You got an edge.
Yeah, I got a little edge. right. I got a little edge. So all that just, shaped me into who I am, and actually being involved in the culture and having, family members, especially my mother. Shout out to my mom. My mom, hip hop head, so it was really due to my mom's trying to keep me busy, constructive, in something creative. Right. And since hip hop was emerging, that's what it was,
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Probably a story a lot of people don't know,
Word. That's why we're here today.
Right,
so people can learn more.
more.
So boom. We'll fast forward a little bit more. What was some of your first influence in Buffalo as hip hop? So like I know I came up watching the Baby Steps era and like the Upstate Dudes and like all these different groups.
Yeah.
Where would your place be in that?
The cast that I looked up to was Kid Cole. You know what I mean? Wow. Kid Cole.
Tell people a little bit about Kid Cole for people that don't know.
Kid Cole is basically, from my knowledge, legendary DJ and producer, an innovator in hip hop, in the fabric of Buffalo hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He's a thread in it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember they used to post up right in front of Lee's car wash.
Yeah.
You know, and Juneteenth. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Every Juneteenth they post up. You know, we got the cardboard. So they was my influence. DJ Warlock. You know what I'm saying? The Montana Crew. You know, DJing. That's what it was more so about at the time. Rapping was still, you know, it was emerging. You know, but that was like majors, like Big Daddy Key had, you know, major labels, you know, but DJing was heavy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, them type of cats, man. Who else? Yeah, as far as Buffalo, you know, that I would say that, you know. Yeah, Kid Cole, shout out to Kid Cole, man, Alan Cole, word.
Yeah, and for people that don't know, the younger people, probably the biggest artist that you would know Kid Cole working with was Ashanti back in the 2000s. He had a real big record with her. But there's a bunch of other artists, you know.
DMX.
You know, DMX, you know, I'm just a really good engineer, good dude.
Divine and Debonair, no doubt.
Yeah,
they
that song right there, yeah.
Right. Prince, he talking about fast rap. It was a string of cats that was influential.
All right. So what would be some of your influence on your sound, on like what you ended up creating down the way?
My sound,
your sound,
my sound is classic, man. You know, and that's what the battle is right now. I guess for me is that trying to blend in with, you know, the evolution of rap, right? Truthfully, and to be honest, you know, this is always like, yo, you know, young boys, man, no, you don't hate on I don't hate on the young kids, you know what I'm saying? Right. I get it, you know what I'm saying? We was doing goofy stuff too, you know, goofy music or whatever. Not me particularly, but, you know, at the time. So I get it. But what my beef is that there is a certain sound to it. There's a fabric to it. I was trying to give an example, like, yo, if you see a BMW, a 750 BMW, and then an X5 BMW, they both BMWs though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're clearly distinguished, two different models, but it's the same thing.
Right.
And I think that a lot of what we hear today is not hip hop. We just call it hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop has a certain sound, a certain texture. And then even again, you know, I'm not looking for people to, you know, go out in the street and break dance and write graffiti on the trains again. However, though, hip hop was basically invented to combat against the systematic depression and oppression of inner city youth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But here we are, you know, we perpetuating the ailment. Yeah. So to me, you know, it's goofy to me. You know what I mean? So my sound is classic. You could say boom bap hip hop. You know, however though, I could step outside the box of hip hop and jazz it out. You know, got mad different influences. In case one of your questions is, you know, my influences when it comes to music outside of hip hop is, you know, listen to my dad's music. You know what I mean? Al Jarreau, Roy Ayers, you know what I'm saying? Grover Washington, you know, Maze and Frankie Beverly, and you know what I mean? Jazz, you know, Cannonball Alley, Miles Davis, all that. You know what I mean? So, and then it's crazy because being not to take over.
No.
It's crazy just talking about the influence in sound, because, you know, different music, you know, kind of molds your sound.
Right.
You know, I was the black kid growing up on Winslow and Fillmore listening to Hall & Oates, Duran Duran, Styx, you know what I mean? The Police, Sting, you know what I mean? Sting. So, yeah, and Kiss, you know what I mean? Word. So I was into a lot of stuff, you know, but lyrically too, you know, I get the you know, you remind me of Rakim, and that's dope, man. Salute to Rakim, none but respect to the God. But my dude was a guru, you know what I mean? So my that's sound is a combination of, you know, my musical influence and Gangstar when it comes to, you know, real hip hop. You know what I mean? So of course KRS-One.
You look for the substance.
Yeah. Right. Substance, man. I'm more of a substance type dude, man. You know, I can't sell you no. I'm not going to give you a bunch of sugar without giving you no water. You know what I mean? You need to wash that down.
Right, for real. I'm happy that you even touched on, you know, just going through the culture and the people like you influenced by, because with this season, I'm doing Cutler I did Shane Dupree.
Okay.
So just to give people a different outlook of how hip hop is viewed, because it's not all rap.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I just wanted to give people that outlook and just like, yo, like, okay, I can really be part of this and have a niche in this game,
Right.
without having to be the superstar face.
Right,
or
right,
so.
right. It's exactly. Truthfully, before even the rapper, man, it was the DJ.
The DJ, right?
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I had Mo Prime, Optimus Prime last season. The people loved it. So like people, they don't really understand. Like like it started with the DJ.
Right.
There was people carrying crates.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? That's how a lot of rappers got on.
Right,
I don't know that carrying crates,
right.
getting in.
That was one of my loves, man. Being at a concert and seeing, Tribe Called Quest, man, yo, I carry the crates. You know what I mean? Just, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so boom. We're gonna wrap it up a little bit. Where do you see yourself with the hip hop, maybe in the next 5 years? I usually ask 10 years, but like now with the pandemic, I want to make it a shorter outlook.
Right. Tell me about it, man. Where I see myself, definitely independent, man. Don't get me wrong. If a major situation come on, I even hate saying major, man, because I'm major, you're major. You know what I mean? But for lack of better expression, to use the terms in industry sense, if a major situation was to come along, it has to make sense. I'm not a young kid trying to get on and get rich and famous. You know what I mean? I'm a hip hop dude, and I'm just doing my part, you know what I'm saying? Contributing. And with the music, having some substance with a little edge to it too. I'm not preachy teachy, but you gotta feed the people, man,
Yeah.
And so it's a battle of, giving the people what they want, versus giving the people make sure you're giving what they want and what they need, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I see myself, like I said, I'm about to before we was on air, I'm about to drop 6 projects this year. That's my goal. Yeah. After that, to be honest with you, man, I don't know, but what I would like to do is help fellow, artists, trying to come up or whatever, and maybe I go online or something and teach hip hop. You know what I mean?
That's needed. I mean, I've always had an understanding that you can't do something without knowing what came before it.
Right.
So I feel like that would be needed for a lot of these younger cats.
Right. And I think that's another unfortunate situation, man. We want to, and I get it though. Like I totally understand, man.
Yeah.
Go for a bag, man. Yo, I'm from the projects, man. We ain't had a pot to piss in. Yo, you got a $25,000 check in front of me right now. Yo, all I gotta do is sign over my publishing, and I'm on for a minute. Yeah, let's do it. And then a lot of us, also push. You know what I mean? So they think that, yo, you know how many pounds we can get with that, fam? Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Triple this joke.
Right. That has never really been I don't. That's not my crutch.
Right.
I had my foot in the game, but that was back in the the 80s, late 80s, 90s, or whatever. Grow up and have a family. Your mentality changes, and your priorities change. So
right.
It is what it is, man. Just keep pushing. That's all.
Word up. So, boom. So this is basically the last question. You kind of already touched on it, but for the young Kool Taj, the Kool Taj fan, anybody out there that's watching Taj, what advice do you have for any of them? Man,
my advice is this. I'm glad you said so, my fellow hip hop friend and historian. My advice is this, man. And I told my son that. I told my older kids this too. And it's as simple and as cliche as it sounds. Be yourself. Be yourself, man. Do not sell no part of you. Do not compromise no part of you for material gain, man. Be yourself, but set yourself up to inspire others, because at the end of the day, somebody's looking at you. It could be your your little family members, whoever, you know what I mean? So, man, do your thing, have fun, but be yourself, man. That's my thing,
Word up.
Word.
That's the best gem that you can write. That you probably drop on.
Man, word. Be happy with being yourself, man.
Word up, man. Got any plugs you want to drop in? Social media?
Yeah. Why not? I'm dropping this new album the end of this month, end of February, top of March. It's called From the Park Bench Era. Basically, it's that sound from the Ruckers, and basically that's related to the 90s, of course, right? And it just seemed for me, it just seemed like, that's when real dope hip hop kind of just stopped at 99. Don't get me wrong, we had strings of dope hip
Oh
hop
yeah, it's some really good
throughout,
stuff.
you know what I mean? But the consistency of it was that 90s period. So from the Park Bench era, dropping at the end of this month, top of March, Kool Taj the Gr8 at gmail.com, KoolTajTheGr8.bandcamp.com. Shout out to all the DJs, social media players that been, spinning the records. Word up, no doubt. Salute, baby.
And he's being very modest. One of the DJs he's talking about is DJ Premier. So we gonna close it out,
Word
man. You
up.
got Kool Taj the Gr8,
Yes,
man. I'm
sir.
Toney Boy,
No doubt.
Southside Influence.